Hey folks, and welcome to our final live stream of Gen Con Online 2020, where we're going to be doing Secret Neighbor, the Secret Neighbor party game. Once more, being joined by one of the designers, the lovely Wild Optimist herself, Juliana. We have a special
Hello.
guest over here, Mr. Joey. I'm going to let
Bigger.
him introduce himself. I know your name. I'm
Oh,
going to let him introduce himself, though.
I, that's my name. What else needs to be said? I met Juliana a couple years ago when they were doing the escape room in a box game at a playtest event. So I'm interested in trying this one.
But Joey has also done a wonderful social deduction game himself.
Oh, Growl. Oh, my Growl game. Oh man, I'm
Listen, I let special guests plug things.
okay. I'll
If you don't
plug
want
it.
to
Here
plug.
it is. I just got the Korean version in yesterday.
Oh, nice.
This is the Korean version. Check that out.
That's awesome.
Very, very cool. I need a Korean version of all of our games.
Oh yeah.
All right, and then we also have Tally and Ryan, who are also going to be joining us. Say hi, folks.
Hello.
Hi.
All
Thanks for having us.
right, from here, I'm gonna stop talking and let Juliana take over.
Cool. So the game is based on the Hello Neighbor world, and I'm gonna take you through it kind of piece by piece because I found if I explain too much in the beginning, you'll all tune out. It's far too much talking. So we will just kind of dive right in. Essentially, three of us are going to be innocent, curious neighborhood kids. One person is going to be the evil Hello Neighbor, and they're going to know who their evil partner is, the secret neighbor. But the secret neighbor will not know who the other neighbor is. So they're trying to figure out who is on their team. The neighbors have something horrible locked in the basement. And as good, curious kids, we want to find out what it is. And to do that, we're going to try to get keys and have the group trust us to use those keys. So if the kids end up being trusted to use the key, the kids win. If the neighbors get to use it, the neighbors win. This is a 5-player game, so it only has one key. Very simple. In larger groups, there are more keys on the table, as you can currently see in Tabletop Simulator. For now,
which also means I get to do my favorite part of the stream before we get started. I get to throw keys on the floor.
throw them away.
Goodbye.
Perfect. All right, so right now I'm going to go ahead and assign roles. This is something that is secret. You definitely do not want to tell anyone else what your role is. You guys have all used Tabletop Simulator, but essentially if it's in your hand and you flip it, you will get to see it and no one else will get to see it. But I recommend that once you have flipped it and looked at it, you then flip it back, just in case if it gets pulled out of your hand by accident, at least it will be face down. So go ahead and take a look, make sure you know who you are. Has everyone seen their role card?
Yes.
All right, so now we're gonna have the Hello Neighbor find out who their fellow secret neighbor is. And I'll say, because we're all on Zoom, we do have the ability to private chat each other. But if we were all in a room together, you would never be able to go up and be like, hey, I'm the other neighbor. Let's do terrible things. So please do not use Zoom private chat to let your secret neighbor friend know that they are your secret neighbor. Okay, so right now, can everyone please close your eyes? Close your eyes, including me. My eyes are closed too. And everyone streaming can see if you're cheating, so don't cheat. Okay, so my Hello Neighbor, that's the person whose card just said neighbor. It did not say secret neighbor, it said neighbor. Open your eyes. So Hello Neighbor, open your eyes. There should be one person with their eyes open. And now my secret neighbor, please keep your eyes closed. Make sure you don't open your eyes. And take your thumb and put it right up next to your face so that the Hello Neighbor can see that you are the secret neighbor. I'll give you some time to look at the screen and make sure you see the secret neighbor. Okay, secret neighbor, put your thumb down, put your hands out of frame, Hello neighbor, close your eyes. Everyone's eyes should be closed. All hands should be down. Everyone open your eyes. Okay, this would be the time to speak up if you are the hello neighbor and you did not see your secret neighbor. Otherwise, I'm going to assume it all went fine.
I mean, you don't need to speak up. It's fine.
Unless it begins.
No, I'm just assuming right now that Juliana is the hello neighbor.
Just
So can you
start
one more
throwing
time explain, like, if someone, so if suppose she is the secret neighbor or the hello neighbor. I haven't played the video game. Can you explain what that means in terms of their win conditions one more time?
Absolutely. Basically, everyone to win, we are going to use items to do various things. One of the things we can do is pull out a key, find a key with magnets. The keys can then get moved around using magnets or other objects. And then anytime you feel like you really trust someone who has a key, you think that they're on your team, you're going to call for an unlock vote. And so if they get a nomination and a second for an unlock vote and the majority votes for them to use the key, including them, then they will, if they're a kid, use the key, open the basement door, figure out what's in that basement, kids win. Or if they're a neighbor, run away forever with the key. The kids will never know, the neighbors win.
So one thing to point out here for viewers at home is, again, we're playing a 5-player game, so we only have one key, but you could have up to 3 keys depending on the player count. And thematically, and I love the way you explained this yesterday, was if you had a door with multiple locks on it, you would need all the keys to open that, which is why the kids need to get all the keys. Whereas if you wanted to keep that door closed forever, you only need to have one of those keys.
Correct.
A little thematic tie there.
So the game is played in a series of rounds, and each round has 2 phases. The first phase is the trading phase. So right now I am giving everyone 4 object cards. And you can go ahead and take a look at what your object cards are. There are 5 different objects out there, and we will talk through what they do in the next phase. But for the trading phase, you're truly just trying to get a set of 3 objects. So don't worry too much about strategizing of I want this object or I want that object. For now, since we're all just learning the game, try to trade with people to get a set of 3 objects. And the way that we'll trade is just we can all see and talk to each other on Zoom. You'll say, I have a magnet to give away. I'm looking for a box or a flashlight. Does anyone want to make that trade? So you can talk to people, make your trades. All trades are 1-to-1. You can never trade 2 objects for 1 object. And we have 2 minutes to trade or until everyone is done.
And real quick, so I know Lemmy wins. Is that Ryan or Tally?
Oh, that's me, Tally.
Okay. Perfect. That way I know which player is which. All right.
Cool. Any questions about trading? Pretty simple. Just try to get a set of 3 right now. It'll get more strategic later.
I am looking for a trash can if anybody has a trash can they're willing to trade me.
I do not have a trash can.
I got a box and a lever I'm willing to trade for it. If anyone's looking for a box or a lever, I'm willing to trade for a trash can.
I would like either.
Wave your hand in Tabletop Simulator when you talk, so I know because I can't see their faces while I'm in TTS.
Gotcha. So I'm the white one.
But you can also just, if you agree to make a trade, like drop it in the center of the table,
right?
And the other person will pick it up.
Okay, so it's okay to show cards face up then while we're doing trading?
You can do face up or face down, and you can lie about what you're trading, but it will mean that people probably won't be too eager to trade with you. So,
well, I wouldn't mind a flashlight. I've got a magnet in a box.
I'll take your box for a flashlight. So.
Are they all approximately equal value?
They do different things, and towards the end, once we all are familiar with what they all do, I think you will definitely be trying to get certain things over other things. But for now, let's just try to get 3 of things.
Ryan, Tally, you looking for anything?
Looking
Um,
for a trash can.
You need what do you got?
I got a magnet and a lever.
I'll trade you a trash can for a lever.
Sure.
There you go.
I'm looking
Oh.
for a magnet or a box.
I think you
I
gave
could-
me a trash can for a trash can, Ryan.
Oh, you wanted the lever.
Right.
Okay.
You wanted a trash can.
Tally, I can give you a magnet for a box.
All right.
Yep.
Anybody have a lever they're willing to trade me?
I'll give you a lever.
A lever for what do you want?
Whatever you want to give me.
I'll give you trash.
You're so kind.
I am the nicest.
Just what I always dreamed
I
of.
mean, I don't trust you, so there's
Not
that.
even a little.
I think I'm good
Let's
at this
see.
point. Unless someone's looking for something. Remember, you only need to have 3 of something to use power.
Does anyone
Anyone's-
want to trade something for a flashlight?
What are you looking for?
If you have a magnet, that'd be great.
I have a magnet. I'll trade that. Is it good to have more than 3 of something, or is 3 just a
No.
good number?
Just
3
3.
is fine. Yeah.
The only reason, once you have 3, the reason you would trade is if you were actually trying to get somebody to get a set so that you can help them. Like you think they're on your side, so you're trying to also help them as well.
Got it. I don't. Let me see. Who's the purple player? I can't tell.
I'm the purple player.
Oh man, hold on. That's Ryan saying that.
Yes.
And then what color is Tally?
Green.
Green.
Oh, green. Okay.
I think I can.
Okay. Any other trades people want to make?
I think I'm actually set.
All right. So the second phase of each round is the powers phase. And this is where you're going to use the objects that you collected to gather information about other players, find keys and move them around, and also attack other players who you think are on the other team. So I'll give you a brief overview of each of the 5 objects. The trash can, if you have 3 trash cans, you can play them to trash another player's entire hand. So it's a good thing to use if you think they're about to do something you don't want them to do, or just to screw people over because you think they're on the opposite side. The flashlight allows you to look at another player's entire hand and take any one card that you want from them. So if someone is hoarding something, it's a really good way to get things out of their hand. Also a really good way to stop them from using a power that you don't want them to use. The boxes have 2 powers. The first power is they allow you to check 3 players' rolls. And the way we'll do that is you'll put your cards face down on the table, we'll shuffle them up, and then whoever used the box gets to look at them. So they'll know of those 3 people, these are the 3 rolls, but they won't know exactly whose role is whose. And the person who used the box, it's up to them. They can lie about what they saw, or they can tell the truth. Totally their call, or they can say nothing at all. Once there's no longer 3 rolls to check, so like in a 5-player game, the boxes can only be used once to check a roll. After that, they are used to move keys around. Then there's magnets. Magnets will draw a key to you. So they're how you get a key out and how you move the key around. And then lever is the only power that can jump in. So if someone else uses a power that you want to use, you can use your levers and jump in and steal that power from them. And you have 3 seconds to do it. So you can't wait and see, like, you're going to use trash cans? Oh, that's interesting. Cool. Fine. Yeah. What do you think? Oh, you're going to trash me? No, I'm going to lever it. Too late. Has to be 3 seconds of them declaring it.
I got it. So if you think someone's gonna what's the word, use the box on you, you could say, no, I'm gonna use the box.
Totally.
Okay. That's
In
cool.
3 seconds.
3 seconds. So whenever you announce a card, you say the card, you wait 3 seconds, and then you say who you're targeting.
Yes.
Okay.
If you can remember to do that. All right, so let's get started. Who has a power that they want to use?
Well, that doesn't
I'll use
happen
the
very.
power.
That does not happen very often. Normally, it's a shouting match to get to use it
Yeah.
first.
So I
Interesting.
have 3 boxes. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna use the
I'm
power
gonna lever that.
Ugh, thought you might.
Yeah, I
I
mean, you-
even gave
to
you
be
the
fair,
final
right?
lever.
To be fair, you gave me the lever.
I know.
And the cards and the roll cards I would like placed on the table, and make sure you keep them face down, is obviously yours.
Obviously.
And I would like to see Joey and Ryan's.
All right. Tell me what to do, because I don't totally understand. So the whole thing is in real time. There's no turn structure.
Nope, it's real time.
Okay.
If you shout
Yeah.
you want to use your power, you use your power.
Okay.
So just
So
put
you
it
take
face
this
down
card?
on the table. Yep.
This one?
Yep,
And
take
put it
it,
here in
add
this
it.
pile.
Right, add it to this
Do
pile.
what?
Here, I'll do it. Okay.
All good. Yep.
All right. So we take those
All right.
cards. They get shuffled, so that way I don't know which card belonged to which player.
Oh.
And then those cards come into my hand. If I can make them go into my hand, it would help if I wasn't. Oh, yeah, I'll just take them one at a time.
So those cards will only ever be checked once by one person. You can't go back and double check someone's card.
So Robert, whose roles are you looking at right now?
I am looking at yours, Juliana, and Ryan. Now
Okay.
I don't know which one belongs to which. I am free to tell the truth, lie, not say anything. I can do whatever I want with this information. I am going to say, Tally, I trust you. You are my friend now. You and I, we're friends.
So with no evidence, you're just saying that.
No,
So
I feel very confident that I trust Tally.
Oh.
So what he's telling
we
us
could've-
essentially is that he's saying he saw 2 neighbors and 1 kid, which would mean that Tally was definitely a kid, right? Because there's only 2 neighbors in the whole game.
Right. I mean, that's what I could be saying, but for folks at home who are seeing this, I also could be saying something different.
He could also be saying that he's the secret neighbor and he saw 3 kids, and now he knows that Tally is his fellow neighbor.
Oh, I see. That's interesting.
He could also be lying through his teeth to us.
He could be, but Tally,
There's many options.
I trust Tally, and now I'm fairly certain I have no idea which of the 3 of you. I'm going to tell you, I saw 2 neighbors. I saw 2 neighbors. I feel confident that that's what I saw. Okay, so those cards are removed from the game.
So if we're, just so I understand, I don't want to reveal anything here, but can you one more time define it's sort of like the secret neighbor doesn't want anyone to know that they're the secret neighbor, but they do want the main neighbor, the hello neighbor.
The hello neighbor knows who the secret neighbor is, but the secret neighbor does not know who the hello neighbor is.
Right. No, I understand. But how does the one that doesn't know, how do they win?
If they use a key, or if the other neighbor uses a key,
I see.
they win.
I see.
So the neighbor,
They're just neighbor
right.
team.
So the hello neighbor knows who the secret neighbor is. The secret neighbor does not know who the hello neighbor is, but the hello neighbor would like to somehow get the secret neighbor to figure out who they are. Secret.
Ryan, what are you?
Don't answer that.
I don't have to answer that.
You don't have to. The smart choice is always kid.
Yes, the smart choice is always to say kid. Okay, so I have viewed 3 roll cards. I am just saying that I trust Tally. I don't trust 2 of you. I saw 2 neighbors and a kid. That is what I saw.
Took you a while to come up with that.
And now I'm removing the cards.
So I can just play my 3 cards at any time I want?
Yep, just shout you
Yep.
want to use your power.
All right, I'm gonna use 3 flashlights. And then how do I get more cards though?
Oh, at the end of the powers round, we will deal everyone back up to 4.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, I want to steal a card, but I don't know who to steal a card from. How do I know? How do I know how many cards people have left? So
can see
Robert
them
doesn't
on
have
the-
hardly anything left, right?
Yeah,
So-
Robert and I have 1.
Yeah, so that's not good. So
Strategically, the way you would probably play this at this point would be to look at either either Ryan or Tally, who haven't used their powers yet. If
Right,
you
so-
wanted to stop one of them from using their power, you could look and take a card out that stops them from having 3.
So so say my roll card said kid on it. What would make it? You said you trusted Tally, but I didn't understand why you would specifically trust Tally.
Tally and I are kids.
But how do you know Tally's a kid?
I know Tally's a kid.
Because
Nope.
when he
So-
saw the 3 cards, if he had seen 2 neighbors, he would know for sure that Tally was clear.
Because he didn't have a chance to look at my card in the pool.
Because there's 5 of us and 2 neighbors. So if he's already seen the 2 neighbors, he knows Tally is clear.
Right, but but we don't know what Robert is.
Totally. I think
Oh,
there is
okay.
a great chance that Robert is lying. But
Oh,
what
okay,
I think
okay.
we also know is that Robert and Tally are on a team. So I would say you should steal from Tally.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense to me. Okay, I'll steal a card from Tally.
All right.
What color
Do
is
you
Tally?
want-
Sorry.
I'm gonna be over here in green.
The easiest way is if you actually private Zoom message him and just tell him what you have, and then he
Or-
can either chat you back.
Well, I could just, if you turn him face down, I can just bring him into my secret zone. Does that work?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I can
or
steal
I'll-
whichever. So I get to look at it and steal one. Is that how it works?
Correct.
Correct. So just
Okay.
give him back 3 of them.
Okay, so I'm gonna wait till they're all face up, and then okay, so they're in my hand, so I can turn them. So you can't see them now. Okay.
No, I just can see
Um,
blink.
Of
Huh.
course.
I would like to ask you which one you don't care about, but if you're on Robert's team and if Robert's bad, then I don't know. So I guess I'll take this.
You see, based on that sentence and what you said earlier, Julian, now I'm starting to trust Joey.
Oh, thank-
Why?
I'm not
I'm
sure what I
trusting
said that was so
Joey.
trustworthy, but thank you.
Yeah, I found none of that.
Because I
trustworthy.
feel like you are manipulating Joey.
Well, it's easy to do that. I don't even know how to play yet, so it's easy to manipulate me.
Listen.
If you said turn over your roll card right now, I'd be like, okay.
Listen. You know what's about to happen.
I love it. I love what's
If
about
I'm
to
not,
happen.
I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm not a kid at the end of this game, I'm going to eat this card on camera.
He's finally gonna do it
You'll
on
do
the
it.
final stream. I'm so happy
It's
gonna
been a running
happen.
theme, and I have yet to eat a card this entire weekend.
I feel
All
good
right.
about it.
Nice little trash play.
I
Trash
have,
gameplay.
Somebody lever that.
I'm gonna have Tally discard his hand.
All right.
All right.
Let's all go.
Now
in
is this
trash.
all right? So it's discard. So it's a face-up discard.
Yeah.
Now, when we redraw, we just redraw to 4, or can we discard things during the draw phase?
We are there.
So right now, you all have a chance if you want to discard your remaining hand. It has to be your entire hand. You can't just discard 1 or 2 unless you only have 1 or 2. You have to discard your entire hand. So like, I don't need this trash can. I'm going to discard it.
Yeah, I'm going to throw out this box.
Anyone else want to throw out what they've got
And when do you shuffle the discards back into the deck? Does that ever happen?
right now?
Oh, okay. So you always shuffle. Okay, that's
Right.
interesting.
All the cards that are in the game are sent out every round.
Oh, good, because my autism means I would otherwise try to count cards, and it's better to not have to freak out about that.
They're going out all the time.
Yeah, so for those at home, you only set up the deck with the number of item cards specific to that particular player count. So every round, all of the item cards are dealt out for simplicity reasons. That makes it much
Oh,
cleaner
okay.
for you.
Yeah. Makes sense. That way, there's more of an emphasis on the trading for what you want.
I don't know what I want or when I would want different things.
And also, and this would be information everyone would have, just so everyone's aware. In a 5-player game, there is 4 of every item card. It's an even distribution in a 5-player game.
So, like, we probably want to get someone magnets in order to get those keys, to get the key out and moving around, because that's what's going to ultimately get us to the win condition. But just to remind you, a magnet will pull the key to you, but in order for you to use the key, there has to be a vote where the majority trusts you to use the vote.
Right. So here's what I'm going to say to whichever one of you 3 is a kid. Help me with Tally. I know Tally is trustworthy. Help me get a key to Tally.
All right,
Okay.
we have 2 minutes to trade. Robert's suggestion is not a good one. We should get the key. I think Ryan,
And
I
that-
trust you.
And that
I'm,
is,
I'm trusting Robert more and more.
it's making, I can't believe the statistic is going to hold up. Ariel's going to be so proud.
Well, I have 2 levers and 2 trash cans. Does anybody want one of those? I wouldn't mind having a magnet, or what's the other one? Let me see. Or a magnet would be fun.
Yeah, I'll take.
Having one by itself doesn't help. All right.
Right.
Well, I have 2 of everything else. I have 2 levers and I have 2 trash cans. If anybody wants those.
I'm looking for a box or a flashlight, and I can send out either of those.
So you want a box?
I would like a box. I can help you out if you get me a box.
I'll give you that.
All right, you want a flashlight? That's all I got to offer you.
That sounds
There
good.
you go.
I'd like another trash can. I could give a box or a flashlight.
No, she should not have a trash can.
Oh, I've got a trash can.
Joey, I won't
I
trash you.
Well, what do you have?
I have a
Oh.
box or a flashlight to give.
You have 4 cards there. So what else do you have? Oh, you
Oh,
want
2
3.
trash cans.
Oh,
That's
of
why
course.
I'm looking for a trash can.
Oh, okay. A trash can lets you discard an entire hand. Yeah, that's too dangerous. I don't know.
I
don't
won't trash can
trust
you. I
you.
guarneighty you.
That's
Scout's
what.
honor. I
That's what a
promise I will
neighbor would.
not
That's
trash can you.
exactly what a neighbor would say.
All right, we'll do here. I'll give you this. I'll give it the trash can for the box. Can I have a box?
You may have a box.
All right, here you go.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I could use a magnet or a lever.
Oops, sorry about that.
Oh, what happened?
I passed you the wrong card on purpose. No,
For
no.
real?
Yeah, I don't trust you.
Wow! How did Robert do this?
Well, he seems to know how to play pretty well.
Yeah, and I have no idea how to play this game. I don't know what's happening here.
Joey, I'm
would
telling
anyone-
you, if you're a kid, trust me. That's all.
This is
If you're a kid, trust me. If you're a
ridiculous.
neighbor, then we have issues.
Yeah, okay, but so if I'm a kid, I trust you, but
No,
how
you
do I
don't.
let you know if I'm a kid without other people knowing that I mean, it's like
I mean,
I don't know how to communicate with people. I guess I could.
Everyone's trying to say that.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Joey, do you
Go.
have a flashlight you want to trade for a lever?
No. No.
Tally,
no,
Telly, you need a flashlight? I'll trade you a flashlight
Uh,
for literally anything if that's what you need.
Sure.
I'll get you whatever you need. I trust you and only you.
Ryan, what do you have? You want to talk about what you have, Ryan?
You're
Yeah,
muted.
I need a magnet or a lever.
You need a lever.
Let's get Ryan magnets.
Okay, Ryan, what will you give me if I give you a magnet?
Trash can?
I'll give you 2 cards if you wait. You can't give me
You
how
can't
many
do
cards? You can't.
I'll give you a lever for your magnet for your trash can.
So-
Yeah.
Don't give her the power. Don't give
Don't-
anybody the power.
Don't give.
Don't give anybody the power.
Well, now I am very much.
Ryan, I'll give you a magnet. In fact, I'll even
A
turn it
magnet
face
for
up.
what?
I wouldn't mind the trash can. Would be good.
Okay. Okay.
All right, thanks.
So it's
right.
Juliana and Ryan are the neighbors.
That was 2 minutes.
Says the
Does
neighbor.
anyone have a power that they want to use?
Nope.
Nobody got a power?
No one wants to use a power.
All right. then we
Wait,
go back
Tally,
to
you don't want to
trading.
use a
What?
power?
Yeah, I was waiting. I'll go flashlight.
You don't want a flashlight? Juliana over there?
I kind of want a flashlight. I kind of want a flashlight. What is it, Ryan or who's this over in red? Joey.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
trust Joey.
I don't understand how a box would work once you've taken my roll card away.
Once a box of the roll cards, and there's no more roll cards that a person could collect 3. A box now switches over to its secondary power.
Oh, okay.
Which
cool.
now means if the key was out, a box could be used to then say this person can't have a key for this powers phase, and I could move it.
And then, so how do the kids win one more time? Sorry, one more time. It's just the same way as the neighbors. They get a key, right?
Not just get a key, but have a majority vote for them to use
Got
the
it.
key.
Got it. And then who breaks a tie in a 6-player game? Say.
It has to be majority.
Oh,
Right.
Interesting.
It has to be majority, and also in a 6-player game, there would be 2 keys. So
Exciting. And so you would need both keys in a 6-player game.
the kids would need to get both keys. The neighbors
Okay.
would still only need to get 1.
Okay. So why do you think it's Tally and Ryan then?
Listen, I know I am a kid, and I know Tally's a kid. I now believe you are a kid, so I trust you now.
All right, well now I trust you because I am a kid. So
I think Ryan and Juliana are the neighbors.
yeah, that explains it to me.
This is madness, but it's okay because Robert's going to end up eating a card. So it's really a win for me either way. Either the kids win, which is great, or Robert eats a card.
And I
which
would
is
like
great.
to point out that over the course of this entire Gen Con stream, the neighbor has made that exact statement every time, and I have yet to eat a card.
Interesting.
Well, there's always a first time for everything.
Yeah.
On the final stream.
So Ryan, why don't you use the magnet then if you have the power?
Well, real quick, Joey. I'm
Yeah.
gonna use the flashlight on you if you want to flip them back over and then slide them over.
Sure. Remind me what it does again. You steal a card? Oh, that's a jerk thing to do.
I'm
Who's talking
Joey.
right now?
I trust Joey.
Wait, who's gonna steal a card from me?
Green is gonna
Green.
look at it.
Green, oh.
Now,
That was your first mistake.
Telly,
Go for
that's
it. Oopsie.
so. Telly,
I don't
you
have
don't
anything
trust
of value.
Joey?
I like to trust people before I trust people.
But
If you before you do it though, I'm happy. It's no problem. I don't have anything of value in my hand, but don't you want to use your power for something a little bit more valuable?
I think it's been done. I think he's
yeah,
made
it's
his
been
choice.
done.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident because don't we just need majority vote if we're confident in So if I trust you, then we can make something happen.
Yeah, I think we've got it all sewed up here, but I don't know what you're going to take from me. Are you disappointed by my boring hand?
Tell you what, I don't think you're gonna want to keep your hand, so I'm just gonna keep
That's
the one
pretty
card
much
you
it.
might want a kid to have.
Yeah.
So at the end of this round, if you want to discard,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
probably will. Yeah.
yeah. So I'll keep the one that you might want a kid to keep.
I don't even remember what that is.
All right. Anyone else want to use the power?
Yeah, Ryan, go ahead and use it. Right?
I mean, I can use that whenever.
We trust you.
Yeah, you should use it. We should get the key out.
Yes, definitely. So for those at home, you should definitely be trying to get the key out. We had a game recently that was like 6. Everyone was so defensive. It was like 6 rounds and no one had gotten a key. And I'm like, nobody wins if you don't get the key.
Well, I have noticed that there's several players who could have the lever card or the cancel or the So usually I would try to encourage people to spend their stuff before we work together, because isn't that a way to sort of deduce who's who?
All right. So he's taking the key. I want to use the box.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Cuz
move it to the neighbor.
I am going to give it to Tally.
Yep, to the
Shocking.
neighbor.
And I am going to call for an unlock vote right now with Tally. The
No,
Tally,
kid,
you can second
the-
yourself if you want.
and
All
Tally.
right, yeah.
t-
So we'll,
you-
so do we only need to second it, or does
You-
the majority vote?
You second, and
Yeah.
that calls for the vote. I am
Okay.
telling you right now, whoever is the kid, the other kid, and I believe it's Joey,
It's me, but I don't trust you.
you should.
No,
I'm telling you
I'm
right
a
now.
kid.
I am telling you right now, if you are a kid, you should
Yes.
vote for this. I know Tally is a kid.
Robert is full of lies.
Yeah,
because I'm a
I've
kid too.
switched my belief system. Now I trust Juliana.
You should never have
That
done
was
that.
a wise.
That was a
move.
very bad
right.
mistake.
It makes so Juliana, your hypothesis is that Robert is one of the neighbors, and then you're saying Ryan would be his.
No, Tally. Robert and Tally are on a team.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay.
So
So
that's why he's trying to get him.
she
the
is
key and have-
playing whichever one of the between Joey and Ryan is the kid. Juliana is manipulating you.
I am not.
I don't
am
feel
a
very
kid.
manipulated because I am a kid, and she said
You're
I
a
trust
kid.
her.
And that's
I'm a
why I
kid.
trust you, because I believe you're a kid because she was allying with Ryan. All right,
right,
we're still there's a
so-
vote.
On the count of three, if you want Tally to get the key, and Tally, you can vote, or to use the key, you can raise your hand as well. So raise your hand. 1, 2, 3. Not a majority.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. I think they're the neighbors, Robert.
They're
and
the
Tally.
neighbors.
You're right,
The two
yes,
of
you're right.
them
She's
are
playing you.
against us. They're
Cannot-
the neighbors.
So-
All right,
I
so-
can't believe you were manipulating the kid
So Ryan,
this way.
you and I
Nice
should
try.
work with Juliana to sew this up then.
Oh wait,
Well,
take down the neighbors.
But
Oh.
there's that red wire, blue wire, and there's so Robert clearly has the most information, and then
Right, but he's also
no
he
one
could be
else
lying.
has as much. He
But
could,
Tally,
so
right. So do you trust Tally?
No.
You don't
No.
trust Tally. Of course you don't trust Tally. What's really going to be messed up is if you end up being the kid and you really thought I was lying, we're going to both be in a bad position.
I am a kid, but this is too shady.
I know for a fact I'm a kid, and I know Tally's a kid, and I stand by it.
so
All right,
I,
So how
Here's
does the
the
how
thing.
does the neighbor communicate with the neighbor who doesn't know who they are?
Very subtly, or not so subtly, like what Robert's doing.
Yeah, so that's my question. Like, what would he be doing to like signal if because
Yeah.
and how can you suspect
If
whether
he's-
Robert's the main neighbor?
Yeah, if he's either the main neighbor or the secret neighbor, having looked at the cards and then saying, "Oh, I saw two neighbors," and then Tally's sitting there being like, "But I'm the neighbor. There's no way he could have seen it."
Only
So
Tally
he
would
was
know that he
lying.
was lying then. No one else would
Yes.
know that Robert was lying other than the neighbor.
Right.
Got it.
Exactly.
Tally, you
So
know
it's-
I'm telling the truth.
oh, of course I know. Like, so if I was secret neighbor or neighbor and he was joining with me, I'd go, oh, of course I'm kid. But because I'm kid, I don't think he would use his power as a neighbor to call out that I'm a kid unless he's trying to, especially when he's trying to put the key in my hands. If he was trying to put the key back in his own hands, I'd still be like, oh, I don't know. But since he's saying, hey, I trust you, I'm giving power to you, and since I'm a kid, I'm going to be inclined to trust him if he's going to try and put the vote in my hand. So really, you should maybe spend another round trying to see what other players' intentions are, or if I have honest intentions.
So the real kids, we should get magnets and steal the keys. Is that the next plan?
That is
Only
absolutely
the
plan.
one of you that is the kid.
Ryan, what do you think of all of this? You've been so quiet.
I'm a kid, obviously. I don't know. I don't know who to trust. I
Well, you
suspect
can
you're right.
trust me because I gave you the card I said I was going to give.
You did.
And
You did.
even though I lied to Juliana earlier, she now trusts me because she's a kid and I'm a kid. So it seems obvious we should just trust each other.
And I've been handing out cards face up. Who was the one who didn't gave one
Joey.
that was?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
sorry about that. I trusted Robert at the time, but I was wrong, and I'm sorry.
You're gonna eat
I'll
those.
I'll
you're
do
gonna.
all face-up trades from now on to the other kids.
Luckily, I'm not gonna have to eat a card, but Joey's gonna eat the words he just said.
Okay.
All right. Does anyone else have a power that they want to use? All right. Does anyone want to discard their entire hand? I do.
Can I discard just 2? Oh no, it's all or nothing.
No,
now.
you have to discard all or none.
I'm gonna keep my card.
So yeah, Joey and Ryan, I think we're trying to get ourselves magnets, boxes, and levers.
And she is playing one of you. And Ryan, if you happen to be a kid and it turns out actually Joey and Juliana are not, you should also trust me. But if you're a neighbor, then obviously don't trust me, and that's cool.
Ryan, he's the publisher. He'll say whatever it takes to win.
Yes.
She's the designer.
Yeah. She wants the game to be exciting, and
No. She's a designer.
Exactly.
She's mean. I'm the publisher. I want the players who will buy games to win.
Wait, designers are mean? When did this come out? Joey, as a fellow designer, I hope that you're insulted.
Do you see what this game
Yes,
does to
I am
people?
insulted.
So Robert's trying to get you a win, so you'll buy the game.
Do you see what this? You see what this game does to people? I'm not. I'm actually. I love designers.
you have to be careful.
I
Robert,
also
'cause if you-
design, so I can't.
Robert, if you come off like a bully, then the designers who are secretly introverts at heart, they're going to be insulted by your bully tactics.
All right. We have
I mean,
2
really, I
minutes
just want to bully
trade.
Juliana specifically because I know I can't trust her.
Juliana, I've got a magnet and then some flashlights.
I also have a magnet and 2 flashlights. How many magnets?
Tally,
do you
I
have?
trust
I
you.
have one here. I'll give it to you face up if you give me pretty much anything. If you want to give me a flashlight.
Here, you can have a
Okay.
flashlight.
Okay.
Tally, what do you got? I
Uh,
trust you.
Ryan, do you have a magnet?
No, I don't. I have some
Oh.
boxes.
Oh, that's great. How many boxes do you have?
I have a couple.
Do you
Okay.
want one? I can give you another one.
Hey, Joey.
Yeah. Give it to Ryan, then he can steal the key from Tally. That's
Joey, what are
perfect.
you looking for?
I could really use
I'm
a
good.
trash can.
Oh, who's saying that?
No, I'm saying,
Here's
Joey,
the
I'll
box for
trade.
you.
I still weirdly trust you, even though you don't trust me. If you're looking for something, I will help you out.
Okay, well, hold on.
I
Who
trust
was
you.
asking for a
I'll
trash
be
can just
right-
now?
Green is.
You need a trash
Oh,
can?
I
I'll give you a
can't help
trash
you.
can. What do you
Okay.
got?
You might like it.
Oh, well, I hope so. You and I should be helping each other out. That's helpful. That's helpful. I could use another of those.
I only have the one.
I'm dead serious. Whichever one of you is the kid, I very much could use a lever to stop Juliana.
I've got a lever, but I'm on Juliana's
I'll give you a
team.
magnet for it.
Yeah. Joke's on you, buddy, because I am a kid and I have
Okay,
a
I'll do
lever.
I'll do it face down. How's that?
Fine, I'll do it face down too.
All right, there you go. Oh,
I
you actually
told the
gave me lever.
truth.
Oh, I lied, but I lied because you're an evil. Well, see, now I'm getting all confused because wouldn't the neighbor be a liar?
Yes, the neighbor is 100% a liar. AKA
This kid
Robert is a
would
liar.
put their entire hand down on the table and trade openly. I still need a lever because and I'm not going to stop either one of you because I do think it's Joey's the other kid, and I think Ryan's way too quiet.
No,
But I
no,
just-
I was just about to
I
say,
know for a fact I can't trust Juliana.
See, Robert,
No,
you're right. You're right, but I can't tell if you're the useful idiot or if I'm the useful idiot.
no, Joey's
Time
now
the trading phase is done.
traded the wrong thing twice. I think I'm gonna
We
say
need-
no, Robert.
I'm gonna
you're
play a
the
flashlight.
idiot. I think Joey's the other neighbor.
Can I play the flashlight
Juliana.
now?
You
Does
can
that
play
work?
the flashlight. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Power's time.
All right, I'm gonna steal from Tally because you stole from me earlier. Is that okay?
Yeah, let me
Fair
flip them over.
Oh yeah, please do.
Ryan, I'm about to trust you.
Ugh.
I'm about to trust you in a second.
And now, Juliana, all we have to do is we have to box the key over, and then we have to do the what do you call it? I know
Hold
magnet.
on.
Wait, get the key and then vote, right? And then the three
Yeah.
of us can win this vote.
Robert, do you trust Ryan?
Because Joey just messed with Tally. Now I'm not so sure who I trust. And you are playing me trying to figure out which one of these kids I trust to be a kid.
But here's the thing, Robert. If I'm a neighbor and one of them is my fellow neighbor, I should be pushing you towards one.
Yeah,
But I'm
and that's
asking
why
you
you're
between
and that's why you're
Ryan and
asking me
Joey.
now if I trust Ryan.
I'm asking you between Ryan and Joey. Who do you trust?
Whoa. This just got weird. Now I'm starting to think maybe you are a kid and you're trying to, because you know I don't trust you, you're trying to play me into getting a kid win. Which still is a win for me.
Ryan,
You know what? I
steal the
trust
key.
Joey.
Yes,
Play
I'm
the
gonna-
box and steal the key.
That's what I'm gonna do.
We
But
gotta
that
get
won't
this set
work
up.
though. Then I gotta get the card to you. I don't
Okay,
know. I
now,
don't know what you're
Juliana,
playing
now,
at.
Let's do the vote now. Come on. When does the vote happen?
Yes, I nominate Ryan for a vote.
Great.
Okay.
Great.
You
Tell us when to
second?
vote. I second.
Okay. So on the count of 3, if you would like Ryan to use the key, raise your hand. 1, 2,
sorry.
3. Yep. Okay. Ryan, the game is over. What are you? What team wins?
I am the secret neighbor.
Joey!
I'm the other neighbor.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Juliana, you
Oh,
were really a
no.
kid?
I'm a kid.
You just wanted to watch the world burn?
No, I
Julie-
didn't believe you as far as I could throw you. You were so
Oh my
shady, Robert.
gosh. See, this is why we can't play anymore, because I have a natural distrust of you.
Yeah,
If I
just
thought
can't
you were-
trust you.
Right? If I thought you were a kid, I really was.
I just assumed
I
that you were, of course, evil, and
No.
you're finally gonna see you eat that card.
I really did just, wow. We
Now,
were working
does
it.
it mean something if the publisher and the designer both look like idiots in front of all the noobs?
We worked against each other.
Yeah,
And
it-
that is what
it
can
means
happen
it's
in
really
this game. If you don't trust people, you can work against you. That was fantastic.
Trust your coworkers.
Ryan,
well
did
played.
you Ryan, did you suspect that I was the neighbor, or did you just want that key and not care who was the other neighbor?
Now, I thought Juliana was the neighbor, and I thought we had convinced you over, but
Oh,
Which
you
is-
were the secret neighbor.
Oh yeah, so we got everybody to vote except for Robert, even though Robert's the one person who saw the cards. Interesting.
Because Juliana or I were
Yeah,
working
you must
against
feel really
each other.
stupid right now.
Yeah, it was like, oh man, it was just the Robert trust, and I still don't get to see him eat a card. I really thought this was gonna be
No.
the game.
Still no card. And because Joey ended up being one of the neighbors, he didn't eat those words. He really did play me. This is fantastic. We got pitted
know-
against each other.
There's some aspect of also like, if you know too much about a game, then it's like you're more suspicious. And if you know like everything about a game, then you'll have what you and Juliana have, which is you're like on a whole nother like playing field of like thought, where the rest of us are just sort of watching you guys talk about this gibberish strategies.
Ariel's going to be so
True.
sad because you ended up actually a kid.
See, sometimes
It
I'm
happens.
actually a kid. I'm so glad that this was streamed for
Right.
the world
It's
to
a-
see. That
right.
sometimes I'm
It's
innocent.
because it's a running thing. She becomes the neighbor way more than should be statistically possible.
That is true.
I noticed she dealt the cards earlier, and because I wasn't sure, I at first I wasn't sure if like how the dealing worked, and so I got the neighbor card, and I thought, does she know I'm the neighbor? And I was like, oh no, it was random. It was random.
Yeah, no, I shuffled those cards face
Yeah.
down. Did not in any way know.
Well,
Yeah.
congratulations.
So how often does the
neighbors.
box get used in a 5-player game? The box can only get used once, or can it get used? Oh no, twice. It can get used twice.
Once in a 5
No, it can get
Once-
used
once
once,
in a
for
five,
rolls and then again for moving the key around after. that.
Right.
Right.
And in a 6-player game, because there's 6 and you see 3 cards, it can be used twice.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Correct.
That's
But
clever. I
only
like that.
someone who was boxed could use the box again because
Right.
you can't check yourself. Like in a
Right.
7-player game, in theory, the same person could use boxes twice
Right.
and have all of the information.
Wow.
But
and
in
yeah.
a
then-
6-player game, it has to be different people.
Right. And then
Not
in
that
a,
anyone would
and, th-
necessarily trust them.
and then in a 10-player game, it could be used 3 times.
Yeah, or a 9-player game.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, you dirty neighbors. I'm not sure that I should actually give the win to the neighbors, or if the neighbors won by proxy through the kids.
It was just the kid
That's-
infighting.
It was
You
the
know
kids
what?
infighting.
That's insulting.
Yeah.
That's insulting.
Joey did good of acting like he was a vote we wanted to get him on our side.
He did,
And
because
then-
I was
Yeah.
legitimately convinced that I could pass the key to Joey too. So to
Well,
be fair,
That's
well
what I
played.
wanted to see, Robert. That's why I was asking, because there was a moment where I was like, wait, if you would trust one of them, if you tell me that you would trust one of them, then I know that you're actually telling the truth, that you actually think there could be a kid
And
here.
I kept
But
trying
then
to tell
you wouldn't do it.
No, but I kept saying I trusted Joey.
Well, and I appreciate
But
you
you
trusting
weren't
me.
willing to give him a key.
I didn't want the key because I didn't think the vote would pass if it was me. Because enough people had already brought up questions about me earlier. Very quickly, I was scared because one of the first things that happened in the game was Robert saw both neighbor cards, and he wasn't a neighbor, obviously. So that means he knew basically 2/3 chance that I was, not on his team. And
Yeah. It was
So that
also
was- that
so
was frightening.
strange, though, that he was like, well, I've seen things and tallies, like, rather than just saying there's 2 neighbors, I was like, that's such a strange way to put it. It's like he doesn't want to lie, and then he realized he has to lie.
Yeah.
I mean, it
It-
happens.
so Juliana, did you think that he was telling the truth or lying when he said he saw the 2?
Lying.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she had no way of knowing. The neighbors, both of you, immediately probably knew I was a kid at that point.
Well, I knew you were a kid, obviously, because I'd seen, I saw Ryan raise his hand when you said who was the secret neighbor, but it's still like a little bit like outside of my my ability to sort of understand a game when it was so new, as to like how to communicate with Ryan without everyone else picking it up, because he's new and you guys are not. So I was more like, I'll just try to get the key to Ryan, rather than trying to get the key and then convince him to vote for me.
Yeah.
And also,
And
you
who's not going to
could've-
vote for themselves?
Robert,
Right.
you could have been the other neighbor, since I didn't know who the neighbor was. I've done this strategy in these bluffing games, is say that the neighbors are 2 of the cards I
Possible.
saw, and then but really be the neighbor to throw everyone else off.
Well, I think in that case, if he were included in the bunch and he was a neighbor also, he would have accused me of being a neighbor. Then you would have known that that's not possible, it's me. Then you would have had that handshake trust.
I love the after party of this party game.
One thing I really love is when you have a new player on a social deduction game who is playing the evil role, and they can play like along, like, oh, is that it? Like, kind of having you explain the trust and then be like, I don't know, I'm new, and then just bending it to the people they want to.
Yes, my
all on
confusion was all a clever ruse. It wasn't at all an
Right, I
an
was.
honest
It
confusion.
could have been. I agree. I find new players are sometimes far more manipulative because they are the new player.
Right, because they can incorporate the meta aspect sort of in a weird tangled web where even they won't even know how much of it is a deception and how much of it is just like honest confusion. Because it took me a while to figure out what the win condition was. I should have looked up the rules before starting the game, but I figured, well, I didn't realize there'd be 2 secret characters. So I thought, okay, well, there's only 1 in 5 chance that I'll be like the bad guy, right? So I assumed I'll be the kid, and then I'll like kind of pick it up. So to be the evil overlord was pretty terrifying.
So that's actually a great segue for something. wish you knew the rules. So just so everyone knows, the rules for this are already available on the Dized app. I know that's probably not going to pick this up.
Oh, look at that.
So on Dized, you can
Nice.
already get the rules there. The tutorial is coming soon. We're still working on that. That'll be out before the game ships full retail in October. And every copy of the game will have a code in it that'll allow you to unlock the tutorial for free in the Dized app.
Oh, cool.
There are still copies of the game available in the GenCon web store right now, the GenCon Online web store that you can purchase. Those will ship in right after August 10th. That's a limited release. The rest of the games, the full retail will not be until October 7th. So if you want to get the game before anybody else, you still have a chance to before the GenCon Online store closes.
Well, congrats, guys! I can't wait to see expansions and all sorts of stuff like that.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
this is really fun. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh yeah, thank y'all. It was really awesome to play this early on.
And thank you to everyone at home joining us as well, watching. I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream here.